Hey, this is vVv Seiryss, and this is a look at Ranger PvP during the final beta weekend. For more details, check out the video description information or visit our website at vvvgaming.com. So the first build I tried out was kind of a mix between direct damage as well as some survivability. I used this build mainly under the pretense that I would be solo queuing for the most part, and I wanted to be able to do decent longbow damage but still think about how to keep myself up. For my primary weapon, I am using a longbow for the range and burst potential, and for my secondary weapon set, I'm going with the axe and warhorn for Winter's Bite and Call of the Wild. For traits, I went 30 points into marksmanship to pick up Signet of the Beastmaster, reduced cooldown on activated signets, and a cripple on enemies I hit when they are at 25% health. I went 15 points into skirmishing to pick up swiftness and fury gains on my weapon swap, as well as buff my pet's damage when I crit. Lastly, I went 25 points into nature magic for the added HP, regen duration, and 10% of vitality given as bonus power. For my elite, I went with Rampages 1 for the offensive gains as well as stability. For utilities, I went with Signet of the Stone for the passive defense and the 6-second invulnerability. The Signet of the Wild for passive regen and damage stability buff on activation. And lastly, Lightning Reflexes for the evade and stun break. For healing, I'm going with Heal as 1 for its low cooldown. So here I am popping my elite, Rampages 1. I get my bleed up on this Guardian with Split Blade, switch over to Longbow, and hit him with Hunter Shot first for the vulnerability, then Rapid Fire. My Alpine Wolf actually does his Brutal Charge and knocks him down, so I'm able to kill him pretty quickly. So in this clip, I have a warrior on me, so I'm dodging, and I'm going to use lightning reflexes to gain some distance on him, and you'll see I actually get quite a ways away from him, and I switch to the engineer because he is on Valius and he's already really low, so try to finish him off and try to execute him, and that's pretty much the end of that match. The second build I tested out this weekend is a condition damage / support build with spirits. I used this build mainly in tournaments where I was more of a support role for my group. I switched to short bow as my primary weapon for the condition damage and control, and I stayed with the axe warhorn combination for my offset. For traits, I went 20 points into skirmishing, picking up chance to apply bleed on crits, and quick draw for the reduced cooldown on short bow skills. I dropped 20 points into wilderness survival to pick up vigorous renewal and 20% quicker recharge on my offhand skills. I also get plus 200 condition damage from this trait line. Finally, I went 30 points into nature magic to pick up the double HP for my spirits, increased chance for spirit procs, and spirits unbound, which allows my spirits to move with me. My elite is Spirit of Nature, which heals allies and when activated will revive and remove conditions from nearby allies. For utilities, I chose Sun Spirit for the chance to proc burning and the 5-second blind when activated. Stone Spirit for a chance to proc protection, and Signet of Renewal for the passive condition removal. For healing, I went with Healing Spring for the constant regen while people are in it, as well as a periodic condition removal. So here I am popping Call of the Wild to gap close. I get my birds on them for some damage and see that there's a bunch of people at the graveyard, so I get my poison volley out. And I also drop my healing spring way too early because I'm an idiot. And here's where I start hitting a lag spike. I'm trying to get all my abilities out, my spirits, and there it catches up, and I barely stay alive. And there's a clutch group stealth shadow refuge from our thief. Here I am against a necro, and I'm just basically trying to get as much condition damage on him as I can. I'm constantly moving because with shortbow I'm just trying to get crossfire to hit at his side so I can apply bleeds. And it's pretty annoying trying to execute him with the fear. Here I am up against a guardian, and my HP actually gets really low, so I pop my Spirit of Nature elite to try and do some healing. You'll see I get really low and my healing spring's on cooldown, so I'm just trying to get my Stone Spirit up for the protection procs, and my healing spring is up, and I drop it again like an idiot because I guess I'm too used to heal as one, so I didn't mean to drop it outside the capture point. So my backup's here, so I'm trying to just give as much damage support to this guardian. And we finally get him down and capture the point. One of the strengths of this build is you can survive certain situations that you probably shouldn't survive. I've found that even having fairly low HP, I was able to stay up a lot longer than I was in my previous build, just with all the defensive utilities that you have. So here I am in this tournament match. I'm heading over to Graveyard with my warrior teammate. I'm expecting the usual battle for mid, so I'm going to make sure I use my cooldowns. I dropped my healing spring because I'm taking a lot of incoming damage. As you can see, I even have to pop my Spirit of Nature elite to keep up. As expected, there's a bunch of people here, so I'm just trying to give as many boons as possible to my team. So in this clip, I am almost dead, and I managed to stay up even with my healing spring and elite on cooldown. I just really tried to get my stone spirit up for the protection procs. So here I am against a Necro and Guardian. And I'm just trying to stay alive, and my warrior teammate gets here for me. I'm just trying to spread conditions using Split Blade and Poison Volley. And also, if you notice, if I use these projectiles while I'm standing in the healing spring, then I actually spread regen around to my team. I'm just trying to keep my spirits up so I can provide boons to my teammates. And I actually can't execute this elementalist in time. So I'm just taking a lot of damage. I think I'm getting focused. So I actually go down here and just instantly rally. And I'm pretty close to dying again, so I just try to get out of the cluster. And I managed to stay up, so. So we actually ended up winning this match and the one after in the tournament, but sadly lost in the third match. If you're interested in checking out the full details of these builds, visit my Ranger guide on our forums at vVvgaming.com. This is vVv Seiryss, and thank you so much for watching.